Hello and welcome. We're gonna get into another video. And today's video, I have some Master League run I had on my live stream where I went 13-2 with the same old Master League team I used to run. And I apologize for the lack of content. I had a small surgery this Friday. I have like a couple of stitches here below the the lip. So I'm not able to talk too much. I'm also not able to laugh. Like a laugh literally means my stitches will be ruined up. So and that will like actually fail the surgery. So I apologize for the lack of the energy during this video, and hopefully you guys will be able to understand, which I really appreciate a lot. So the team here is, as you can see, Zygarde. Oh boy. Zygarde, Dialga, and Landorus. Basically, there is no safe swap with this team. You just rely on Zygarde just having a play against everything. And you do have a play against everything except fairies. In the fairies, if they lead a fairy, you pretty much lose. If you see lots of fairies, you can just switch the lead to Dialga, and if they lead this fairy into Dialga, you just stay in, and I think you win the 0 with the 1 with Dialga. So it shouldn't be a big deal. Why am I decide to lead Zygarde? Because so many people are leading Lando or Dialga or Palkia. Those are three. And the only Pokemon in the entire game that does well against those three is Zygarde himself. You could say Palkia, but Palkia like technically lose to Dialga, right? So here we try to throw in good timing. Good timing here as a 3 turn against 2 is 1 3 5. Just throw in odd numbers always. A good timing if you are the 2, if you are the Landorus, is 1 7. 1 7 10. I'm not going to shield anything here as my goal is a straight. Just throw in good timing and play this lead, because usually people with Lando are double good against Kaio, which means they should have a Palkia at least. And all I care about is just... I'm going to aggressively swap here, and I don't care what they do. Oh, my opponent is actually ABA weak to Kyogre. I wish I keep my Kyogre. I used to run this team with Kyogre over Lando, and to be honest with Kyogre, that makes it a balanced team. But in Master League, sometimes balanced teams do not work, so you have to play ABB, right? This team is ABA ground, right? So if you have a Kyogre, you could replace the Groudon with Kyogre. Like as an example, in this matchup, you just bring in the Kyogre against him, and he's just pretty much cooked. Now we're just going to stay in. I'm going to go to Zygarde to soak up all the energy. And then I'm just going to aggressively swap. And I do have a crunch, so we're just going to throw the crunch. The crunch here put them in almost Sanseer worth of damage, plus the mud shots. So they might be able to survive this, but they won't be able to survive the mud shots after. And we do take the win. Okay, next game. Shadow Mewtwo. If they have Ice Beam, it's actually a winning matchup for them in the 0 and the 1. But if they don't, it's just a dominant matchup for you. So I'm going to shield the first, because if they have Ice Beam, they just go straight Ice Beam. Now just go for the crunch. If they no shield, I can farm them down. And since they no shield, I just decide to go Dialga and I guess save my Zygarde entirely. I'm going to bait here to force them to insta-throwing, because if I nuke, they will over-farm way more. But if I bait, they can insta. They should be like, at least do 1 incinerate at max. I decided to no shield. And now I should be back, I think, to Zygarde, but going Lando is actually not a bad idea. So the play here is just shield, throw in good timing, and catch the next. They threw Brave Bird, so we're gonna do 4, and I'm not expecting them to shield, to be honest. But if they shield, I'm just going to swap out after 2, and we get the catch, and we do get a Dragon Tail in. I'm expecting them to have a Dialga, so now we're just going to commit to the EQ. We're not throwing anything else, okay? Either the Q, EQ, or Bust. Oh my. I'm just going to insta-throw and insta-throw the next one, as I'm expecting them to be 2 incinerates away, because I don't get to the big move, so we have to throw a Sanseer, and that was a CMP, so that was actually a good play. This should take them out. Yeah, okay. Now moving into the next one. Tapu Fini. So if you see that this team is triple weak to Tapu Blulo, so we do have a play, and the play is pretty much you go and hit the top left and move to the next game, because there is no play. The only way you have a play is if you have the Dialga in the lead and then you stay in, they play the 2, you only shield once, then you go to Lando straight Stone Edge. But if it's on the Zygarde, you don't win. Opponent here is playing a budget team. I guess the opponent would rather play bad Pokemons instead of playing Summer Cup, which is understandable. I hate Summer Cup. I freaking hate it. It's so bad. It was much better before the Lantern nerf. Now with the Lantern nerf, it's just so bad of a cup. I hope you guys agree with this. I know that everyone hates Master, like not everyone. Master League has its own fans, so we're not going to shield here and calling a rock slide bait because they usually go for the farm down. We did call the bait, and now we're just going straight for the nuke. We do like some stutter here and there. We're just going to go Zaygard here. I do understand that people don't like Master League, the people who don't have the good stuff, but like, would you rather play a bad team in Master League or like just suck in Summer Cup? Summer Cup is just horrible, man. Like every time I play it, I'm like, there is no safe Pokemons. The safe Pokemon is Vigoroth, and people are like using Toxapex as a Vigoroth answer, so it's not even a fun matchup because Toxapex will still be able to get another move on the next Pokemon. Like if Toxapex maybe was banned, but then we still have the RPS issue. Yes, Charjabug is probably the least RPS, but now people are using Scaldurge, which is kinda not fun, okay? And yeah, now I overfarmed by 3 here because I was afraid that I miscounted, and that was actually correct counting. So now all we need to do is just tap the move and win the game. Kyogre, we technically double good against it. He swapped into Groudon. I'm going to try to catch up at Surprise Blade. We did get the catch, so that was a fabulous catch. Now all we need to do is just to debuff them before they get to the move, which is very important because if we debuff them, we can easily live 2. But if we don't debuff them, we die to 2 fire punches. So as you can see now, it doesn't do as much. I'm going to throw this, and now since they are double debuffed, I can easily live another one, and just no shield here. The problem with Groudon now is that like Landorus is just much superior. I don't care about shielding this, to be honest, because remember that they have a Kyogre, and I beat Kyogre with 2 Pokemon, so I don't care about switch. We grabbed the shield advantage, and the shield advantage is supposed to carry me out through the entire battle at this point. And yeah, opponent brought in the Kyogre, and they realized that they lost the game. Oh my. Buzzwole is actually one of the hardest counters to Zygarde. That's because it completely walls Zygarde. But for that to happen, you need to lunge. Opponent doesn't have lunge, they have power up punch. So this is not a good matchup now for them. Because for this, again, to be a good matchup, they need to lunge and shield the first. But since they don't have lunge, you can superpower as much as you want. I'm just going to Dragon Tail your bug all the way down. Look at this. And I think this is a superpower. It still won't do anything. Like, look at that. They brought in Zekrom. I'm just going to stay in and go Dialga because I'm assuming they have a Dialga answer in the back, and we punish that with a hard counter. And if you have a Kyogre here instead of the Lando, you should still be good. Moving into the next battle. Oh my. Okay, we're about to finish the video. This is actually a very, very good matchup for Zygarde because we completely walled them. They get a nice catch with the Xerneas, but this is actually where I want to see the Xerneas. This is my only Xerneas answer, and you will see me shielding here. Why? Because I don't have any other answers. So I'm just going to go to the Lando and just try to dish out as much damage as possible. And now we don't need to shield at this point because they are pretty much in 1 Sensei range. I think I'm going to undercharge here because I can get like 2-3 mud shots if I undercharge correctly. And that was a fabulous undercharge because they fainted with the move. Amazing play by the best player in the world. They bring in Palkia. We should be able to get to 2 moves here, but I'm going to swap out. And this thing has Moist Beam or whatever that move is. Oh, Moon Guy's Beam. Why did I call it Moist Beam? Okay, it's Moon Guy's Beam. Now, since we shielded the Moon Guy's Beam, we're just going to let these Foul Play, Dark Pulse, or Foul Play, or whatever. And I'm just going to go back to my Landorus and instead of these charge moves, because all we need to do is just play the game, right? Because remember, they have Palkia, it's not even full HP. And that Pokemon looks so creepy. It doesn't even look like a Pokemon. It literally looks like 2 plates of titanium. Like, literally. Like, whoever designed that Pokemon, I think they did, like, a horrible work. But hey, they designed so many Pokemon, they just ran out of ideas. This matchup is so scuffed here. Opponent did not even throw before me. If someone is swap into you, make sure you throw before them because you can deny them you can deny them a fast move. We shielded the Draco. We should be in a much better situation. Now I'm going to insta throw here. Not insta throw, throwing good timing. And opponent is building up energy. Opponent is at 200 now. I counted 17 Psycho Cuts. They are at 205 and they fainted with all the energy. So I don't know what they were thinking. But yeah, GG, my friend. Moving to the next one. This is not a bad matchup. Palkia wins the one if they bait correctly, but they threw on bad timing, so I debate them winning. Since they didn't even build up, I don't need to throw, right? I don't need to shield because they weren't even close. They shielded, which is amazing for me because I get the defensive drop. So now I don't want to shield. And look, I banked a move, I swapped. I'm expecting them to have a Ho-Oh, but no, they decide to have a Necromancer. Did I just say Necromancer? Because Necromancer was a Pokemon or something. No, it's like a hero in Dota 2 or something. Moonguy's Beam does so much damage, by the way. So shielding that was actually a correct play because now we don't die to the Dark Pulses and we should be able to get a bunch of moves here. Now the opponent swap to the Alga, which is very questionable. Well, technically they don't have another play. I went back to my land. I went to my Lando, and the Landers should KO them there. But I had a frame drop, and I missed swapping some bubbles there, which helped them to get to the move. We have 2 more games, I guess. I thought like this is the last battle, so stick around. I know I'm not that energetic. I apologize, but if you are here for a team, I'm trying my best to explain my thought process on how to play the team. Okay, moving into the next one. Zygarde into Melmetal. This is a very dominant matchup. This is what we call it unlosable game where like there is no way, even if you tap with your feet, even if you give your phone to your nephew, you should still win. Okay, there is no world where that Pokemon in the lead against this team will win them the game. They could have give them whatever Pokemon you want. Unlosable at this point because look how dominant this matchup is. Like, look, I'm still at 70% HP. And I'm going to leave with so much health. They swap into Dragonite. I'm just going to crunch, grab a shield, and then swap to the Alga. They shielded. So now just go the Alga. Shield here, just in case it's a superpower. And I should be able to farm them all the way down before they get to a move. And that's why the Alga is the superior dragon. They brought in the Kyogre. And here, we don't need to bait because baiting is their only play. If I bait, that's their only play. They realize that and they decide to no shield. So now I'm just going to farm them all the way down and take the win. Moving into the next one, we have a Kyogre into our Optimus Prime. This is a very, very good matchup for Optimus Prime. As long as you shield the Blizzard or you shield the big nuke they have. But if they go straight serve, you just destroy them because the EQ, I think you KO them right before they get to the second serve. Oh no, never mind. That was before the EQ nerf. So now just going to tap our own way to victory because we just left with a move and they can't even overfarm because that will chip them a lot. So we get the defensive drop, which is amazing because now a Stone Edge from my Lando should be able to KO them. So I'm going to overfarm here slightly. I don't want to shield the first one. And you see, opponent thought like he should survive, but remember that we get a debuff, right? So this should nuke them, and it did. They brought a Melmetal. I don't think I need to even reveal my third. So they were just hella weak to the opposing Landras, I guess. And that should take them out. I think that was the last battle, so thank you so much, everyone, for watching. This is the end of the video. And again, I apologize for the lack of energy as I did a surgery this Friday. And there is like 8 stitches on below my lip. Appreciate everyone coming to the channel. And thank you so much for watching. And again, make sure to click all the buttons and ring all the bells. Subscribe if you haven't. And see you on the next video. Peace.